Golf industry, golf professionals, golf instructors, welcome to today's Social Cloud Suite Interactive with founder Sean Miller, the Social Cloud Suite master, who's going to share with us how we can leverage social media and the Social Cloud Suite tool to better enhance our business as golf instructors and better enhance our business as golf course owners, golf course operators, and golf professionals at our golf facilities. Take off some of that stress that social media causes us and takes that time that we want to use to better be in front of our clients and have this social media be more automated for us. So Sean, I'll have you roll with this. I think we have an echo here, so I'll see if I can fix that.
Yeah, it's got. I think you probably have a YouTube window open, so you're just hearing this back.
Yes.
So
that's okay. I think we're ready to roll.
All part of the minor details that make social media interesting, right? So that's we're using Google Hangout, which is a new technology from Google, which is really awesome and allows us to broadcast shows like this for really no cost other than a little bit of technology, and here we are. So that's a tool as well that I know you use and I use, and golf professionals could be using Google Hangouts to communicate with their audience as well. And you don't even need a fancy green screen that makes your hair look funny. You can do it all on your own. My hair does not actually shimmer that much. I just didn't have time to dial in the green screen, and I'm not actually the size of a ball. So anyway, welcome to the Performance Institute in Holland, Michigan, and we have we control the Social Cloud Suite, and the fact is, Scott, it's not that I really founded it, it's just that I liked it so much I bought the company. I happen to know and was an advisor to the people that created it, and I should say two things about that. Number one, this technology was created to work primarily for the largest consumer brands in the world. This was part of something that was being created by Edelman, or for Edelman, which is the largest PR firm in the world. So what we have access to, and what you and the golf professionals have access to here, are the same types of tools that the PGA Tour might use. Things that you just don't have access to. I mean, Edelman, as I say, it's the largest PR firm in the world. They work with brands and countries, and right? Those types of that type of stuff. So what you have access to is a nice sliver of what is a big problem even for the PGA Tour. It's his biggest problem for anybody that's in business is finding relevant content, and relevant being really important, and putting it out into a social media in an appropriate cadence and all the time. It's a big challenge, and so that's why this was created for even these big brands. They struggle to find things that will be interesting to their audience and to put them into a social media stream in a human-like way, right? In a relevant way, but while they're busy doing what they do. And I should add to that, Scott, it just because I am a small business owner, and I'm involved in things like, we have a fitness business, so I'm directly involved in the sale of memberships and the sale of fitness instruction, which is a high-end service that just like your golf professionals are. So I deal with the same things. I deal with them every day. I no longer do that fitness instruction, but I make it move for the ones who do. So we have a pretty good team. So Social Cloud Suite was created for them. As an advisor to that company, I got to be involved in its creation, and it was an amazing thing because I got to be, as a small business owner, I got to be involved with the developers because they asked, well, how would a small business use this, right? We know how the world's largest PR firm is going to use this. How would a small business person use this? And I was able to say, well, if it did this, and if it did that, and what if it did this, and they literally made it do that. It's an extraordinary thing. So I was able to develop this and make it do exactly what I wanted to do. So what is that, right? So as simple as I can say, what it will do is, if you're wanting to be on social media, and probably you should, right? It's 2015, but you're busy running your business like I am. You want to find content. You want to put it onto a whole bunch of networks. You want it to be look in an appropriate way for that network. You want it to be in the appropriate cadence for that network, right? Like I can go on Twitter every 10 minutes, and that's cool. But if I went into a LinkedIn and I posted every 10 minutes, I'm really kind of a dink, and people think I'm not working, right? So I can't do that. So I needed a tool that could find information about Jordan Spieth or whatever, right? And put it, let's say, hourly on Twitter, and put it on Facebook with a little bit of video, twice a day, and put it on LinkedIn, once a day, and have that all just flow for me so that I could do what I'm supposed to be doing, which is selling stuff, right, and running my employees, sort of thing. So in Social Cloud Suite will do that. It's a content finder. We have a data pipe directly to Microsoft, so we have the best accessible data pipe, and you can filter in and or out, right? So you can get this content to be very specific. Scott's in West Michigan. It could be very specific to activities in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You can be very specific to this. You can add little popovers. You can put little ads on it, things, so you can find content, let's say from Titleist, and that your audience would be interested in. But you could put a little popover on that advertises your Tuesday night group lesson, right? And it could go right over the content from Titleist, which you couldn't possibly afford to do that, right? There's no way. So it puts a little popover right on top. And then it will actually hashtag it for you, which I don't know if your audience knows a lot about hashtags, but they're brilliant. Hashtags are pretty mystical to most people. It's the little pound sign, right? But what a hashtag does is it connects you to a community of people that are interested in whatever the topic is of the hashtag. So when you have a hashtag in a social media post, it no longer matters who's following you, right? You could be on Twitter with 100 followers and connect to 1 million golfers because you're using certain hashtags that 1 million golfers are using to connect with each other and talk about the problem that you solve. So hashtags are fantastic, and they really circumvent the need to have a list, right? Or have a big, email list or something like that nobody reads anyway, right? So it'll hashtag it, and it'll post it to all of those networks for you, and it will post it on the right cadence, and it will post it both personally and as your business, or both, right? However you want to do that. And we also help you with a lot of strategic insights as to how best to handle that. So the simplest thing that I say, the biggest summary that I have for a small business person is if you've ever tried to outsource this activity of finding things to put on social media and post it, if you've ever tried to have a teenager do it, or an employee, or a virtual assistant of some kind, it never works out. They never get it. They don't know you. They don't know your customers. They don't get it. They don't stick around very long. They go off to college, or they go on vacation. They don't stick around. It's not consistent. And one of the most egregious things I see on social media, Scott, every day is somebody that was posting routinely, let's say on a Facebook page, and then they stopped, right? And they stopped because somebody quit or whatever. And it looks, to their audience, it looks like they're out of business.
Right.
It absolutely looks like, well, this company went out of business 6 months ago, right? They were posting every day, and now they're not. They must be out of business. This is stuff, right? And
exactly.
and I see it all the time. And in today's online world, when you go look for golf lessons in Detroit, you're probably going to get results on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as websites. I mean, those are the very indexed things. So you look at that, golf lessons in Detroit Facebook page, and or Farmington Hills Country Club or whatever it is, and they stopped posting 6 months ago, and you're like, oh, well, okay, next. Right? So you can't do that. And this thing just pumps out great content for you. It finds it, tags it, puts it out for you 24/7, and it doesn't go on vacation. It doesn't call in sick. And really, to have somebody do that for you, Scott, would be at least, let's be honest, at least $1,000 a month. To hire somebody competent, and then you've got to train them, and you got to find them, and you got to train them, and it's going to be at least $1,000 a month at the minimum.
That sounds like a lot of headaches too involved with that.
It's challenging. I mean, it's challenging to communicate. It's challenging to get somebody's real attention for $1,000 a month, right?
Right. So that's what I like about this, is it's definitely automated. And well, you know that I founded Facebook Freedom Month, and where we take the month of August off of Facebook. So I personally don't go on Facebook for an entire month, but I don't want my audience thinking that I've gone out of business. So I really like this platform because it keeps continually posting valuable content articles for my audience, and that's fantastic. If we could go back for a second, I think that for the audience listening today, back to what articles get posted, I'd just like to share an example on the side of not only is it providing valuable content for my audience, but I find the articles interesting as well. In fact, one of the articles that was posted recently on my business golf page was about celebrities leveraging the game of golf for business. And I actually have an email campaign that's going out to financial advisors in the area. I've taken that article and I've added that to the campaign. So I think it's really great how those articles, I would not have been able to find those articles on my own, whereas Social Cloud Suite does that for me. Could you explain a little bit more on how it actually populates? How do we know what it's going to populate and post for us?
Yeah, it's really, I'll see something in my concert, like, developers, my software developers, my team say the same thing. They'll see something that I post, and they're like, "Well, this looks neat," and they'll be like, "That came from the Cloud Suite, you sucker!" Right? And so it's kind of internally, it's kind of funny, that when you dial in those, it's the filtering, right? So it's the ability to dial in those filters to where you find stuff that's really relevant. And if it's that interesting to you, it's going to be that interesting to your audience. And that's it's about relationships and about engagement. This is not like advertising. This is not like a billboard. You can't use those Don Draper ROI metrics, or you'll never be satisfied. But it's networking, and in fact it's social networking. It's not even business. LinkedIn is business networking, right? But Facebook, Twitter, it's social net. People aren't even on there with commercial intent. They're just on there to see pictures of their grandkids and stuff. So if you're coming to them with offer, opt-in, deal, coupon, you're just noise, man. You're just like, eeh. And it's just, if you can imagine walking into a party or walking into even a networking event and like being coupon, nobody would talk to you, right? They'd be like, "Who's the dinkweed?" Right? So you've got to show up, and you go, with a big name sticker on. This is, "My name is Cool Dude, and I'm just here because I like golf, and I want to be friends, and then find cool stuff that other people that like golf are going to be interested in, and share that." Now, as we said, but you're running a business, so right. This allows you to do that in such a way that you show up consistently, show up as a cool dude sharing relevant stuff, but in a way that's entirely appropriate for that platform. What do you want?
That's what I really like about it, is it generates that that cool dude content for the audience, for my audience, without me having to put in the labor of myself or hire someone else to do it. So then once that content is out there, is produced, then how does that ultimately, we are running a business, right? So we've got to create some customers out of this. So how do we go from cool dude content, providing content, to actually creating some leads that we can get into our funnel and eventually turn into clients? Share with how you said something about pop-ups, and I've been using these, so but share this in the golf industry.
Well, and let me show you just one of the things too. So you see, let me do a little screen share here, quick a second, Scott. Let me show you. I'm gonna hop over. You should see my Twitter line right now, right? So there's my Twitter profile, Sean M. Miller, and I just want you to see kind of what's going on, and what's going on Twitter for me when I put this all in, right, is 20 new followers. So that's how you make business, right? There's 20 new followers in this morning. Those people are interested in me and what I do, and in everything else that I'm interested in. Here's a favorite, here's a retweet, here's a favorite, here's a add to my list, here's a favorite, here's a couple of favorites. These are all just this morning, right? This is just activity from the last few minutes while I've been here working, right? So what you have is you've got pretty regularly, where I'm showing, let me stop screen sharing. So I'm sharing. Oh, here we are back. So it's that engagement builds connections. It builds loyalty. It builds relationship. It's the old KLT thing, Scott. It's no, like, and trust, right? So in your community, who are the people that you know and you like and you trust and that are in the same page, and as you build those relationships, build that community, and frankly, there's a little bit of celebrity factor to this. I mean, when you have many people following you, and lots of people are sharing and retweeting your stuff, that really creates a lot of allure around you, and it makes you interesting, and it makes people recognize you and want to be with you, and there are lots of benefits, and you can create quite a lot of celebrity for yourself in social space really easy. But the other thing you asked about the popovers, and so what the popover allows you to do, it's really simple. If you can post something on Instagram, you can do this, okay? So if you can do that, you can do this. You create a little image, or you get a little image. And I say Instagram because I use for my popovers things that I posted on Instagram. They're just the right size. They're just those Instagram pictures are just the right size for the popover. So when you design a campaign, so here's what happens. I design a campaign. Let's say I design a campaign for drive farther, right? Or stop slicing, right? I just
right. Well, I've got one for breaking90golf.com to drive traffic to my landing page there.
Okay. So we've got we're going to find then articles from and it can be from other instructors, it could be from Golf Digest, could be from the tour itself, or it's going to find all kinds of content. And this is one of the cool little stealthy tricks, Scott, is it could actually, when you really dial content in, I was on the phone with one of the top thought leaders in all of social selling the other day, and she literally squealed with glee when she figured out, because her content is so tight that quite often, in her experience, it'll find things from competitors, and so we can filter that out. She actually didn't want to filter that out. She just wants to put her popover over their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, all right, it's a little shifty, but cool, right? So she's gonna, so this, it'll find that content. You can filter it, right? And then it'll show, it'll pop over, it'll pop up over that ad. So you couldn't possibly afford, Scott, no offense, to advertise on Golf Digest. You couldn't do it. But
Right.
if that's at least $30,000,
So
right?
if I owned a golf course and I wanted 2 articles from the Golf Channel, let's say, or from Golf Digest, I could have 2 Golf Digest articles posting per day on my social media, and then when people click on that article, they get the article, but they also get this popover that says you can play golf here for today's special of whatever it is, or maybe it's an introductory free range pass, or maybe it's an introductory, maybe a private club would be doing this. They could offer some type of member for a day program right on the pop. Right, so Golf Digest article, and then their member for a day article pops up right over that. I mean, how can you beat that? That's pretty stealth.
Well, you can't. I mean, you can't. You literally can't do that for less than $25,000-$30,000. Let's be real. And when you do that with an easy offer, right? Well, it's just an easy offer, right? Like you say, an opportunity to come to a free cocktail thing at the club, or just an easy offer, just something light, easy, and fun, and that produces all kinds of connections and opt-ins and conversations. And in the least it will do is it will brand you in relation to that subject matter, in the least that it will do, right? Which is a very good thing, and that's what people spend 5-6 figures on routinely, is branding, positioning on content like that. So in the least it will do that, and it'll do that for a whopping $7.77 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just expensive stuff, man.
So then, and you mentioned the hashtags are included. I get that. I think my audience, most of the audience here, that I know they're familiar with hashtags. They use them. I see them using them a lot. And then, so what's the next step then to take this and actually implement it for the golf course, for the instructor, for the professional, if they wanted to brand themselves or their facility?
Sure. Well, I think it's very easy. You go to Social Cloud Suite. We got the little link for you up it's in the description box before there. Scott has a link, and there's also a link in the chat here, but that'll take you through. You can sign in and get a business account. It's $7.77 a month, right? So you go through there and you begin to develop campaigns, and you start with a keyword of some sort, right? You can, Michigan golf or whatever. You start with a keyword, or up north golf, right? That'd be a great one for Gaylord or someplace, right? So you start with a keyword, and you filter that thing a little bit, like I say, in and or out, and it'll show you, well, do you like this? And you say, I want to take that word out. Okay, filter in or out. Put your little popover in there. A little ad is the next step. Add your hashtag, right? Up north golf. And then you link your profiles, and you can link your profiles, like I say, personal and business. So you can link your page and or your personal profiles, your Twitter accounts and LinkedIn personal and or business pages. And we just added Tumblr, and we're adding Google Plus, and we're adding more stuff all the time. So we have a very successful track record here. So what we're doing is, we just got a hold of this, and we're making it better and better every day. So that will begin to find that content for you, post it. You get to choose. I want to post once a day, twice a day, 8 times a day, whatever you want, and you can change that, right, in the different networks, and then it just starts to make content for you, and as you can go back and create more campaigns and add new things, and it's just that simple. Frankly, if it took you 10 minutes to get one going, I'd be surprised. It's just that simple.
Oh yeah, it didn't take me 10 minutes, and I've been using it for about 2 months now. I'm very excited about this and excited to share it with the golf industry, golf courses, golf instructors, golf pros. I think it's very valuable to the golf industry. So absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Is there anything else the audience needs to know before they get started?
Well, I think that I think that's all they need to know to get started. It's really just quite that simple. And the thing to understand is that this is not this is, this social media thing. I know there's a lot of people in business and that, and a lot of golf pros are like, what, this social media thing? It's not going away. Okay. And you need to be engaged there. It just is what it is. And so take the burden of this content creation and finding and publishing, take that off of you, and then use those few minutes that you have free to actually interact with people and comment and say things back and begin communication. And so use that little bit of time that you were spending in this other stuff and use it for engagement and being real and actually connecting with people. And when you're real and you're engaged and you're actually connecting with people, you will build, just like the word networking is, you will build know, like, and trust. You'll build authority in your market space. You'll be more the one that people know for this subject matter. And only good things come from that. And in those relationships, Scott, here's my last thought. Who you know is everything that they said it was. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It really is. And so the more you can network and the more connections you can make, and this just makes it really, really easy to do that. And we got so excited, we talked for a half an hour already. Holy cow. We got to go, dude.
I know, we got to go. Well, that was superstar material, so thanks for sharing that with the golf industry. And there's, I think, over 50,000 golf industry professionals will be seeing this content. It's pretty fantastic.
Awesome. Good.
All right.
We'll be happy to help them dial it right in and get it perfect for them. Thanks, man.
You bet.
All right. See ya.